to talk about the MELCS of the first quarter arts on grade 7 and 8. So, before we proceed in the MELCS of the grade 7 and 8, so let's talk about what is MELCS.
Ano ba yun, no? Nakakalito siya.
So, what is that? So, MELCS serves as a reference of the teachers to identify the most essential learning competencies to be developed by the learners and what must be prioritized in this time of pandemic. Will MELCS replace the curriculum? MELCS are not meant to replace the existing curriculum. It is only effective for the school year 2020 to 2021. It is formed by the Bureau of Curriculum and Development of the DepEd to address the challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. So there's a lot of sub-skills hidden inside the MELCS. So it's just like a jigsaw puzzle. To create a whole picture, you need the pieces on it. Okay? So I have 3 steps on how to unpack the MELCS.
Eh, maya, ang dami-dami naman gagawin. Tatlo.
So I have 3 steps how to unpack the MELCS. So sabi nga natin, 'di ba, hima. Nabulol ako doon. Hihimayin natin yung MELCS kasi there's sabi ko nga kanina, may mga hidden skills inside the MELCS. Kailangan lang natin siyang ilabas. So I have 3 steps to unpack the MELCS. First step, identify the skills. Pag sinabi nating skills, lahat ng verb, English yun. First thing we need to do is to identify our most essential learning competencies in a given week. So, kung ano lang yung hiningi, hindi ka po pwedeng lumampas doon. Okay, in this slide, we have 2 most essential learning competencies for the first week of arts in the first grading. So, as we observe, the most essential learning competencies for the grade 7 and 8 has same skills. So, same lang sila ng skills but it's differ from the specific area or provinces of the Philippines. Tig-10 sila. So, ito yung sa grade 8. So, makikita rin natin na we have also 10 most essential learnings and same skills but differ from the content. So, let's go back to our most essential learning competencies for this week. So, from it, we will extract the hidden sub-learning objectives. Okay? So, balikan lang natin yung Bloom's Taxonomy, no? So, the Bloom's Taxonomy serves as a guide when we are formulating learning objectives in our lesson plan. So, it is categorized in order from simple to complex and from concrete to abstract learning process. So, kung baga mula sa pinaka-basic pataas. Noong 1956, the level of learning is in the noun form or is in a noun form, and it was revised to a verb in 2001. The revision emphasized the use of taxonomy as a tool for alignment of curriculum and planning, instruction, and delivery and assessment. Okay, let's go back. So, we have our MELCS in the first week of art. In example lang natin to ha. Yung arts ng ating first grading, week 1. So, we have analyzed the elements and principles of the art, introduction of one's arts and crafts inspired by the art of Luzon, Highlands, and Lowlands. And second is identify the characteristic of arts and crafts in the specific areas in the zone. Example, paper mache, paeteng, ifugao, wood sculpture, oil, and cordillera, jewelry, pottery, tattoo, and Ilocos weaving, and pottery or Brunei, and etc. So, ayan na. So, nakita natin yung ating MELCS or the most essential learning competencies. So, ang gagawin natin, we have to identify the verb, which is, nakikita natin is the analyze and the identify. So, ang ating prerequisite skills ay analyze and identify. So, ang analyze is in the fourth level in the learning based on the Bloom's taxonomy, while the identify is on the second under the understand level on learning based on Bloom's taxonomy. So, the prerequisite skills, bago mag-analyze ang bata, kailangan yung daanan yung remember, understanding, and applying. Hindi makakapag-analyze ang bata kung wala siya ng mga skills na yan. Kailangan bang ituro yung prerequisite skills? Yes, opo. Kailangan natin siyang ituro. Step 2, identify the content. Pag sinabi natin content, lahat ng noun. Okay? Kanina we identified the skills. Now, we're going to identify the content. Remember, when we say skills, that's the verb, and when we say content, it is the noun. So, let's go back in our MELCS. Let's see where are the contents inside the most essential learning competencies. The noun there is the elements and principle, 1. The number 2 is arts and crafts. 3 is arts of Luzon, Highland, and Lowlands. So, let's go back to Bloom's taxonomy. So, what is our target skills sa ating lesson for first week? Our target skills is the analyze. Yan yung gusto nating matutunan ng ating learners. So, if we go back to the Bloom's taxonomy, analyze is on the fourth level from bottom to top. Remember is the lowest skills na dapat matutunan sa atin ng mga bata. Then, follow by the understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So, create is the highest skill that na dapat matutunan ng mga bata. So, dahil dadaanan ni analyze yung remember, understand, apply, all of these are the prerequisite skills. As I have said, the students cannot analyze without these skills. So, based on this, we can make an objectives from bottom to our target skills. Yung nakikita natin na inside the pyramid are the general word. So, then, doon sa labas are the suggested verb that we can use in formulating our learning objectives. So, marami pa po yan sa online. So, you can search it. So, yung mga nandito are the usually used pag ginagamit in formulation of learning objectives. So, step 3 is unpacking proper. So, since na alam mo na ang skills, prerequisite skills, and the content, so doon, nakakagawa ka na ng objectives for your lesson. Since we already know the prerequisite skills and the content, we can now start to make a learning objective starting with remember. So, under remember, so we have remember, define, duplicate, list, memorize, repeat, and state. So, this is what I was formed under the remember. So, list or name the distinctive elements and principles of art in the arts and crafts inspired by the arts of the Highland and Lowland Luzon. So, of course, if they can remember, the students can classify or identify the characteristics of the arts and crafts in the specific areas in Luzon. So, this is my second objective. After remembering, understanding or identifying is one way of understanding. So, the third level after the understanding is the apply. Execute. Under the apply, there is the execute, implement, solve, use, demonstrate, interpret, operate, schedule, and sketch. So, ito na yung next nating gagawan ng learning objectives from our MELCS. So, same lang din ang process. Of course, get the specific verb and identify the content. So, reminder lang po, when we are making our activities, syempre, it should align to our objectives. So, ang nabuo natin is interpret the salient feature of arts and crafts in a specific area of the zone. So, which is the Highland and Lowlands din po yun. Then, next is our target. most essential learning competencies is the analyze. So, this is, ang nabuo ko is distinguish the external or the foreign and internal or indigenous influence that are reflected in the arts and crafts of the highland and lowland Luzon. So, we have now a 4 learning objectives for our week 1, first quarter in arts. The question is, paano kung identify lang yung MELCS mo or yung most essential learning competencies mo? So, hahanapin mo ngayon yung word na identify. So, alam natin na ang identify is on the second level of learning skills sa Bloom's taxonomy. So, meaning to say, from remember to understand lang ang gagawan mo ng learning objectives. Paano naman kung sa create, 'di ba? Of course, from bottom to top, remember we have 8 to 10 most essential learning competencies.
So, learning is a process, di ba? Ang sabi lagi. So, learning is a process. Hindi mo yan dapat, for example, we have 8 to 10 MELCS in every components, in every grading period.
Hindi ka po pwedeng pumili doon. Hindi ka po pwedeng pumili doon.
Hindi ka po pwedeng pumili doon ng isa lang at parang menu sa restaurant na mamimili ka. Hindi. So, it is from the basic, from the bottom to top. Okay po? So, hindi tayo pipili kung ano lang yung gusto nating ituro sa bata. Kung anong MELCS lang ang gusto nating ibigay sa bata. It always starts from the bottom to top. Okay? Balikan lang natin ha. So, what are the steps? We have 3 steps. So, of course, number 1 is to identify the prerequisite skills. Pag sinabi nating skills, is all about the verb inside of the MELCS. And 2 is the content. So, content stands for the noun. So, lahat ng noun na nandoon sa MELCS, that is the content. Okay? And 3 is unpacking proper na siya. Okay? Sabi nga, 'di ba? Learning is a continuous process. Proseso siya. Hindi ka pa pwedeng pumunta kagad sa taas, okay? So, kailangan lagi ka nagsisimula sa ibaba. And that's it. I hope it will help you a lot. And thank you. Actually, it is applicable to all subject naman. Thank you and have a great and wonderful day. Bye!